This is the chemistry weekly revision for grade 8. In this revision, we're going to revise the following points: physical change versus chemical change. Which changes are classified as physical and which one are classified as chemical? The 4 signs of a chemical change.
Chemical and physical changes. Say hello to Mark and Molly. Each are enjoying a glass of water. Deciding to save some for later, Molly puts her glass in the refrigerator, and Mark decides to put his in the freezer. A short time later, they go to get their drinks. Molly enjoys her cold liquid water, but something has happened to Mark's water. His has physically changed. Matter can undergo a chemical change or a physical change. A closer look at ice will show us that frozen water is H2O molecules made of hydrogen and oxygen atoms. When the ice cube melts, the molecules stay H2O. They just change from a solid to a liquid. Even when water evaporates, the molecules might be moving a little faster, but they're still water molecules. Another example of a physical change would be bending iron metal. Iron can be made into I-beams or pressed into shapes. Whether the iron is in a beam or in a shape, it still is Fe atoms, just in a different shape. A chemical change occurs when an entire new material is created or the atoms become rearranged. Iron rusting is a chemical change because the iron turns into a new material. The process of rusting can be seen in a chemical formula. Iron plus water plus oxygen yields iron 3 oxide, or rust. In this chemical equation, we start with iron, but end up with something brand new. Another chemical change happens when you eat sugar. Sugar enters your body as C6H12O6. When you breathe in oxygen gas, a chemical change begins. The sugar is broken down and turned into carbon dioxide and water. The sugar molecule has chemically changed. Another chemical change happens when you drive your car. Gasoline enters your car as octane. Octane is C8H18. In your engine, oxygen is introduced, and the octane changes into carbon dioxide and water. This is a chemical change because octane is no longer a molecule. Something new has been created. You can tell the difference between chemical and physical changes because chemical changes can't easily be undone. But lucky for Mark, a physical change can be undone, and his glass of water is almost back to a liquid. Chemical and physical changes.
Question 1. Indicate the nature of each change, chemical or physical. Dana, evaporation of water.
Physical.
Yes. Rusting of iron.
Chemical.
Chemical. Photosynthesis.
Chemical.
Chemical. Selena, respiration living cells.
Chemical.
Chemical. Expansion of metals. Physical. Melting of wax.
Physical.
Combustion.
Chemical.
Chemical. You know, like we said before, we have 4 signs of chemical change. The first sign of chemical change, for example, we put in a test tube a piece of magnesium ribbon with hydrochloric acid. We observe the release of gas bubbles. What is the sign or evidence of chemical change in this reaction, Ala? Yes, it's release of a gas, and more specific is hydrogen gas, release of gas. So this is the first sign or evidence. The second sign or evidence, we mix 2 color solutions of potassium iodide and lead nitrate. We obtain a yellow solid. What is the sign of chemical change, Ali? No, there's no change in color. You are mixing 2 liquids together and you obtain a yellow solid. What do we call this? Hassan? Badia? Yes, formation of a precipitate. Formation of precipitate. Okay, so be careful. To have change in color, we don't have, it's colorless, it was colorless, and you obtained a colored solid. This is formation of precipitate. The third sign of a chemical change, we heat white solid sugar in a test tube, we obtain black carbon solid. Hassan, what is the sign or evidence of a chemical change in this reaction?
Change in color.
Yes, the sign or evidence in this case is change in color. You had white sugar, it changed to black carbon solid. Badia, the fourth sign of a chemical change, we mix hydrochloric acid with sodium hydroxide, we notice an increase in temperature. What is the sign or evidence of chemical change in this reaction?
Heat.
Yes, this is called exchange of heat, where we had increase in temperature. What is the type of this reaction if we have increase in temperature?
Exothermic.
Yes, exothermic. The fourth sign of chemical change, we mix barium hydroxide solid with ammonium nitrate solid. We notice a decrease in temperature. Hamad, what is the sign or evidence of a chemical change in this reaction?
Heat.
Yes, exchange of heat. The same as the previous one, since the temperature decreased. Muhammad, again, what is the type of this reaction?
Endothermic.
Endothermic, very good. Endothermic, where we have absorption of heat energy.